My prediction for Spain against France is going to be 1-1 to the extra time, to the penalties, and Spain goes through to the final. Nico Williams scores for Spain. Dembélé scores for France.
I'm scared that it's going to go extra time again. I'm scared it's going to go extra. If we play that style of play, I know our defense is very solid. We might kill the game and we might, draw a 0-0 until the 90th minute. Then we go extra time and Spain will find a solution to score. If it's not a goal from Spain, it will be an own goal from France. But I also want to believe that my team can reach the final, and I think we have the tools to reach the final. So I'm going 1-1 extra time, and it's going to go penalties again. Boring, I know, because I hate penalties as well. But I think it's going to go extra time and penalties. And France will win on the penalties, yes, of course.
I think De La Fuente took a little risk of taking most of the attackers off, but the squad is profound, it's large. I think maybe a little Fermin would have also helped to bring a little more spark to the team, but it just shows the number of players that Spain has at its availability and how prepared they are if they get another suspension for a hypothetical final. De La Fuente will have enough players to rotate and present a very good lineup. With all the young players that they have, it will also be like a good preference to have in towards the back or to defend. Against France, they will need to be on the attack, so I don't think it's gonna change a lot on the tactics, but these needed rotations that De La Fuente will have to make due to the suspensions and the injury, especially of Pedri, who was playing really, really well, and it's very difficult for Spain to deal with. Could be solved with this Olmo Merino in the midfield, and we should see these changes.
So I was really scared for that game against Portugal, and I was expecting the France team to finally wake up, finally play on the strength that we have, the pace, the agility, the technicality, the skills, the skillful players that we have. But the gaffer, man, our gaffer is a bit like Gareth Southgate. I'm sorry to do the comparison, but it is the case. Didier Deschamps is like Southgate. He's a very lucky gaffer, very, very lucky gaffer. Luck is temporary, and especially against Spain, I think luck will not be enough and will not be sufficient. So now, obviously, I hope we're gonna wake up. I hope we're gonna have a starting 11 that will be different. I'm taking the example of Bradley Barcola when he came in after Kylian Mbappe was a little bit injured again on his nose during that game against Portugal. So he's been replaced by Barcola. As soon as Barcola entered the pitch, you could see the difference, man. He was bringing a lot of pace. He was going for it, and this is what we need. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it now. Kylian Mbappe should not start the next game against Spain.
I think Wirtz is one of the most excited players, young players in Europe and in the world right now.
I mean, great player. Germany just seems to... I read a lot about how countries prepare themselves for competitions and how the federations of the countries work. And Germany always seems to have, as they do in most things, a plan. And the way they have the talents, but it's like everything is planned, produced. So this is just one more talent to come out of the big machine that's Germany and the German Federation. They plan really ahead. It's almost like we need this sort of player now, and it's not by chance that then suddenly they have a player like this. They plan it. I'm sure they're not surprised they have a player like that. Whereas with other countries, it's almost like it depends completely to the raw talent of the player, and then the whole team adjusts. In Germany, I just got the feeling that whatever player they need for that time, they're just going to have it. They just nurture the teams, and to then have a player like that, it's an amazing player as well.
Florian Wirtz is coming off an amazing season. He's playing for an amazing team in Germany. They've got so many talented players. I think you forget about him because it's Musiala that kind of passes the eye test every week and is the one that's been productive. Again, just a really, really talented footballer that's only going to get better. I'm encouraged that he hasn't made a big move yet because I think he's playing football at the best place where he could be playing football at the moment. And I think footballers sometimes make that jump too early. I would say that VAR has been used well in the Euros, but then there's a low bar because I'm comparing it to how it's being used in the Premier League. The biggest thing for me is the time taken to reach decisions, and I think the way it's utilised in the Euros is a lot better than what we see in the Premier League. VAR is what it is. You either want it or you don't, and I understand that most people don't want it. But with things like the offside, you know, the way it's used, the system, it is what it is. It's fair, isn't it? You know, no one's losing out because everyone's been treated in the same way. And I just think the speed in which decisions have been reached in this Euros, a bit like the World Cup, has been so much better than what we're used to seeing in the Premier League. So when it's utilised in this way, the way it's used in the Euros, I'm for it. And I've not seen anything that I've thought in this Euros has been a disaster so far.
There's so many theories behind. In theory, I don't like VAR. But I mean, many times before VAR, I was gutted that my team, either Portugal or Benfica, lost because there was no VAR. So I can't have 100% sure what my honest opinion is.
I think the VAR idea is a bit controversial. I think the VAR played a crucial role in most of the important matches. To be honest, at the beginning, I was against the VAR. I don't know how to say it, with a lot of flops in terms of the referees' jobs. I think the VAR is very important and well done for the Euro Cup.
Well, again, in my personal opinion is that VAR can be used wisely and can be helpful for football. But the problem is that not only in the Euros, but in all the competition is I mean, they excuse my French, but they're taking the Mickey. I think it's ruining the game, unfortunately. It hasn't been used wisely and in a very comprehensive way, unfortunately. So I hope they're going to use it wisely.
Why I find Spain so special with this tournament is their trust in the youth, which I kick on about it being Turkish. I think their trust in youth with Lamine Yamal, Pedri, the young players in that team, it just shows that a lot of managers need to trust youth now. We've got a 16-year-old Lamine Yamal starting in the team. We've got Pedri being so just inspirational for that Spain team. Obviously trusted the likes of Alvaro Morata, who we might know from his time in the Premier League being grinding in the flop. But that Spain team has a mix of old experience and youth, and I think it's the perfect mix to build that perfect squad. And look,
for me, Spain is the star team of the tournament as well, because I feel like that team is really able to have a structured kind of play. Their passes are all really pacey, and there's a real idea about how they play their games. Also, the way they play, and they create a lot of chances. That's why I think they're the stars of this tournament.
I actually called Spain as dark horses before the tournament started. Now, I'm not sure Spain could ever be dark horses, but I knew what I meant when I said that, in that I felt they were going under the radar a little bit as a team that could genuinely win this competition. Spain have used their young players well, but they've also managed to get the best out of their senior pros as well. So I think Spain have found the best balance in this tournament so far, and for me, they've been the best team to watch.
Spain surprised everyone at the Euros. I think even some of the Spanish supporters included, because of how young a lot of the players are and how the squad has really been well tied together. Their style of play isn't that different to what it's been for Spain historically. A lot of possession, a lot of good touches, quality in the players. They are all playing in top-tier teams, so you can always expect great performances for Spain.
I feel like Fabián Ruiz's impact has been really big for the Spain team, because normally what you see in those teams is Rodri is the star player and all eyes are on Rodri. But what Fabián Ruiz is able to do in these games is actually put that focus also on him. He's able to score some amazing goals, and I feel like he's stepping out of that shadow, because people always have doubted him a little bit, like, is he the right player for the midfield of Spain? But he has definitely proven himself, and once again showed what an amazing player he is at the midfield, able to defend but also able to create chances with an amazing technique and also great shooting.
As I would say, the best point about Fabián Ruiz is the way that he reads the game and interprets it, and the way that he's able to read the location of his teammates. He sees passes that only him could see. He complements himself really well with the rest of the midfield in Spain, with Pedri, with anyone that he has to play. And also he has this attacking last touch that has allowed him to score in these Euros. I think he's also, well, it's not a surprise for us in Spain, but he's obviously being one of the players having the best performances, and I'm not sure that everyone would have picked him as one of the players to do so. But yes, overall, it's the way that he sees the vision of the space that he has, and how he's always finding the great opportunities to build an attack, which is very, very important and crucial for the way that Spain plays.